Hello, my name is Matthew Kaminsky. I currently am teaching at the high school level. One of my classes is going to be exclusively juniors. The rest of them are going to be a mixture of ages. I'm going to be in a credit recovery program in the Florence Unified School District. However, the school at which I am teaching is in Santan Valley, so it's not quite as far as the other one would be. Um, the situation I've chosen to address is that one that many new teachers face. It's about designing a curriculum from scratch. Sometimes a teacher is fortunate enough to have a mentor teacher or a staff member who has been there before and has taught something along the same lines, be willing to share their stuff with them, their materials, their PowerPoints, their worksheets, their textbooks, websites that have worked for them in the past. That is wonderful. However, sometimes that is not the case. Not every teacher is that fortunate going into a new job. So oftentimes a new teacher is going to have to create a curriculum from scratch. And this especially holds true when a situation where they might not be very familiar with the topic they are teaching. So here is a planning canvas. Um, Basically, the problem I'm coming up with is that new teachers may have to come up with the curriculum on their own using just vague guidelines. This can be especially challenging if the teacher is teaching an unfamiliar topic. So, at least the district guidelines that I have seen, they are not very much more specific than the state standards, which in Arizona, they are extremely vague. So I think there actually is going to be a need for this. It matters because the teacher who has little to no guidance and is literally starting from scratch is not going to be able to teach very effectively, and consequently, student learning will negatively be affected. So I come up with the idea of creating like a Cliff Notes style guidebook that explains Common Core standards and even state standards more in depth. So rather than simply saying, understand what this was, they can you these notebooks will probably come up and say something as, these are the points you'll need to hit, and here are some great resources. Um, I suspect that teachers that use this will be better able to understand standards as well as the curriculum guidelines handed down to them by their school districts. We are helping new teachers develop a curriculum for their students with little to no help. Basically, when they're not getting the help they need, the support they need, that is when we come in to help them. Um, Experienced teachers as well as administrators are going to be helping us, and also state education departments, because state standards vary significantly across state lines. Many states, to be fair, have adopted Common Core standards, but there are still several that have not. And even those Common Core standards are worded differently from state to state. So we're going to need to develop these Cliff Notes style notes. We'll need to have software to make them digitally available online. We will have to have printing to make them print out, have printed copies, and we'll also need a software program to analyze the data. Redacted test scores of first-year teachers, will be collected and analyzed. The student scores of teachers who use our program and those who do not will be compared. I fully suspect that teachers who use our program will be emailed a brief survey at the end of the year, asking them if they feel our program has helped them. A longer survey will be emailed to them at the end of the year. This project is going to take a significant amount of investment to get it off the ground. We're going to have to get creative with funding sources and find some people who are willing to help support this idea. Once the funding sources are found, I would pass this information to school districts who can give these notes to new teachers at orientation. I've also learned that there is a considerable need among first-year teachers regarding subject knowledge and overall support. When teachers do not feel as they are being supported and they have so much to get done on their own in addition to managing a classroom, and it's just their first year, unfortunately, that can lead to a lot of burnout, and that is something that we simply cannot afford in the education field. Thanks for watching.